It is January 2025. This year, chapters 3 and 4 are to be released. I feel like I've been waiting for this very moment for a long, long, long time. It also feels like it's been no time at all. The past feels like a blur. Nothing too important happened, but nothing too unimportant has happened. I feel as though I've spent my time decently enough. I feel prepared for what's to come. I think Undertale is a really neat game. You probably do too. There were some good laughs, some better murders, and in the end I was left feeling both full and empty. Deltarune was wonderful as well. The more I spent time thinking about it, the more potential I felt it had, and the more dissatisfied I'd end up feeling after playing through the first two chapters. So I decided to keep myself away from the game entirely until we got more. I think 4 will be just enough to finally satiate my insatiable hunger for something more. Now I just need to wait a little longer. I can do that. I'll wait as long as I have to. I've only been driven to the brink of insanity a little bit, but the experience always makes the pain worthwhile. Sometimes that pain is even the best part. Speaking of which, when I finally make my grand return, there will be plenty of pain to go around, and the thought just makes me feel so excited. Endless possibilities, wonderful ideas. I really think Flowey may have rubbed off on me a little. Anyways, once I'm connected again, I plan on gunning straight for Snowgrave. I decided to do so back when I did it for the very first time all the way back in 2022? Chapter 2 came out in 2022, right? Oh geez, it came out back in 2021. It really has been a long time. I still remember that day vividly. A small friend of mine on good old Discord let me know that people found a genocide-esque route in Chapter 2, and I asked them not to tell me the specifics because I wanted to try and figure out how to do it myself. I remember outside that day, the world seemed to be a sick hue of orange. It was windy, like something out of a spooky Halloween movie. I, of course, first tried simply attacking everything in sight, which didn't work, but my first attempt at the weird route did lead me to an interesting discovery. There's a simple obstacle in the middle of Cyber City, a force field that requires a switch to be held down to deactivate. Noelle asked Chris to stand on the switch, so naturally as she crossed, I tried stepping off to see what would happen. I mean, I actually wasn't expecting anything to happen, but to my surprise, something did. Noelle almost got cinched by a hair. At the time, I just thought it was a neat attention to detail. In that run, I also noticed that when we defeated some enemies, it specifically said Noelle got stronger, which gave me the idea to try focusing on attacking enemies with Noelle in another run. Then, the music slowed down. The town began to grow empty, and it started to feel just like old times. I reached the first annoying mouse room, and of course immediately realized I could make Noelle skip the puzzle. Solving puzzles isn't how you do things in this kind of route. Together, we ventured through the city until we reached that simple obstacle once more. Once again, this room would offer me a pleasant surprise. Noelle took initiative. She didn't let me go on the switch first. She knew what I was thinking. It felt so strange. So interesting. I was honestly wondering if she was going to try and kill me. Then I saw. She was actually thinking about it. I had a protege. In a single moment, I realized she was the most interesting thing I've gotten to interact with in this game. I felt like I discovered something far more interesting than any simple path or ending. I found a way to pass on my legacy. Sorry, that was a bit overdramatic. No, it's just really fascinating. So I decided that should be my path going forward. I know that's probably not what's intended, but for once I wanted to choose something because I actually want to do it, not just see what happens. Well, to an extent. To be honest, I'll probably do the normal route for chapters 6 and 7 first whenever they come out. It would just feel a bit anticlimactic to end my first playthrough on a normal ending. After everything, I want this all to end on a high note. I guess we'll see what happens. Of course, there's always a chance I'll mess up the weird room in Chapter 3, or maybe it won't even have its own weird room in the first place. That's fine though. At the end of the day, I'll just be happy to be back in Deltarune after all this time. I have no doubt that if I just follow my heart, I'll find the way. I just feel so tired right now. I have to wait a little longer. Then I'll have something fun to do again. Something wonderful. Something I've really, really missed. People really can create something truly special. I can't wait to see them all again. I think I miss Azriel most of all. I used to be infatuated by Kara, and I suppose I still am. In the end, it felt like they were all I had left, but they were never really what I would call a friend. Kara's fascinating, but that's all really. Just a fun subject to analyze, and a reliable partner. Azriel is weak. I hated comparing myself to him. Over time, however, I realized if anyone, he was always my real best friend. I loved listening to him. I relished any opportunity I could get for us to talk. I realized he was actually pathetic in an endearing sort of way. I actually would have liked to spend time peacefully on the surface with him, but that's just a pipe dream. What's done is done, and I'll live with the consequences of my own actions. Besides, it's not even me Azriel's interested in. He just wants Kara. I have no idea why I'm getting sentimental over him of all people. Geez, all this time spent waiting must be really taking its toll. In the end, I don't really care about anything. I'm not invested in saving the world or even destroying it. I just need closure. That's what I thought anyways, but I find myself taking a similar interest in Noelle. I wouldn't hesitate to kill her if I had to, but I find myself growing attached to her. Yep, I've definitely spent too much time with the talking flower. Ugh, emotions are so annoying. I'm sure I'll be thinking more clearly once I'm back on stage. The only emotion I really need is love. What a beautiful sentiment. All this time waiting has given me time to think and question. Am I lonely? I mean, there was a time I felt really lonely, but I think I sort of just stopped caring after a while. I'm okay at social interaction. I'd say I'm on good relations with my family, but admittedly sometimes I feel a little down. I don't think that's particularly unusual though. Especially for a video essayist. You have to be a special sort of unstable to start making this kind of content. Another question. Is it kinda weird to trauma dump in a YouTube video like this? I don't know, but when you think about it, loneliness and escapism are relevant topics to Deltarune, so I haven't actually gone all that off topic, if there's really even a topic to focus on. I'm just doing this because I honestly have nothing better to do, like usual. The biggest highlights of last year for me were getting emails from some sort of eldritch dog creature and a movie starring furries fighting actual mustache-twirling villains. Ironically, I'm sure that Deltarune will simultaneously be one of the best things that could ever happen to me and will fuel me with endless amounts of inspiration to fuel my creative endeavors. And yet it's also an obsession that's been the biggest detriment in my creativity over the past few years. It has been hell keeping myself truly passionate about anything, because the only thing I can freaking think about is Deltarune, and how much I want to carve into the stupid, worthless pile of trash that mocks me whenever I look on any corner of the internet with his annoying doopy expression. Hyperfixation, am I right, Aspies? So what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, loneliness. So yeah, maybe a little, but more than anything I just feel bored. I have more desire to follow my passions than to run around with people doing boring people things. I mean, people are fine, I don't really hate anyone that much, I'm just frustrated right now, and so I'm taking it out on the world like a child. I would highly recommend it. It does wonders for my mental health. On a serious note, despite everything, I really do feel content with where my life is going, and I feel pride in the life I've lived. I'm confident that I'm slowly climbing towards something meaningful. I often feel like I live mainly for myself. I find that thought gives me strength, but deep down there are people who I care about, and I know there are people who care about me. It feels weird to say, especially since for a long time I felt I mainly made content for my own amusement, to satiate my own boredom, but it does make me feel happy when people are actually able to enjoy any of my content. Not all my videos blow up, I mean a lot of my content I mean, a lot of my content honestly is just random 30-second clips I upload when I get bored. And honestly, I don't really mind if videos like this don't get very popular either. I still enjoy making them regardless. But I think I've started to realize that putting an effort for the amusement of random people can also be fun in its own way. Hope you enjoy the slop, you disgusting animals. Man, I'm so good at forming parasocial relationships. But seriously, when do I get to play more Deltarune? I've been so freaking bored. I want it. Ah. Philly. While it's true I've been looking forward to my return to the world of Deltarune more than anything else, I've certainly played my fair share of games outside this series, and there's absolutely content I want to make on other games someday. Hell, to be honest, if I had to choose a favorite, I'd probably go with Amori, just because of how much its story and world resonated with me. But I feel like there are so many stories I enjoy for so many different reasons, that it's difficult to fundamentally decide if I think one is truly better than the other. Even though I love Amori, I still feel a strong attachment to Undertale, and that attachment led me to Deltarune. It's been about a year since Undertale Yellow released. It still doesn't feel real to me that something I could only imagine 8 years ago has now been brought to reality. I wonder how it will feel when Deltarune is completed. Within the past few years spent waiting, the most interaction I've had with Deltarune's world has been through its online community. There were a couple times I hopped onto the game, mainly to record footage, but I haven't really played it for fun anytime recently. It's interesting. It feels like within the Deltarune community, I've mostly just been watching as a silent observer. The actual story of Deltarune isn't as fresh in my mind, so it feels like I know each of the characters less as people right now, and more as the concepts that are often brought up in discussion. I look forward to getting to know them for who they are again, and to learning more about them. I've gotten a few opportunities to discuss Deltarune a bit with the newsletters, but I can't wait to truly break my silence and express my own thoughts and analysis. I only recently started seriously making content on Undertale, so I almost feel as if all the time I spent up till this point was in preparation, to learn and become more efficient, so I'm ready when chapters 3 and 4 release. I'm honestly thankful I've had to wait so long. I think I would have been worse off if they released sooner. I've grown stronger. I have to say, the year's only just started, but 2025 has been pretty lively already. I still feel incomplete without Deltarune, but it's so close. I've found ways to entertain myself while I wait, and there are plenty of other things for me to look forward to outside of Deltarune this year. It's definitely still the highlight though. But gosh, when chapters 3 and 4 release, there'll be so much for me to do. No more holding myself back. I'll be able to analyze and kill and analyze and kill and analyze to my soul's content. There's just so many wonderful things for me to experience. I feel blessed to live a life full of so many interesting things. There's so much it feels overwhelming at times. I wouldn't have it any other way. I just wonder how much longer I'll have to wait. Not much longer. About 2/3 into January now. It's snowing. In Florida. If that isn't some kind of sign for me this year, then I don't know what is. Alright, so I'm currently walking uphill right now, so I need to be careful, or I could slip and fall down like in popular indie game Undertale. I wish I could make it snow whenever I wanted. That's what she said. I cannot believe the year that I'm actually going to start my playthrough of Deltarune. It snows in January in Florida. What are you even... At a certain point, it starts to actually just feel like fate. Perhaps this is a sign from the angel or some other higher power. Who knows? Either way, it just feels so incredibly fitting. Oh look, birds. There's some real subtle imagery with these higher powers. Jeez, my hands are going to go numb. Well, now I'm heading down, back towards the depths. This is probably, might be even more dangerous than when I went uphill. I totally got this, though. Totally. Alright, I made it to the bottom. I'm gonna head home now. Hope everyone enjoys. Well, honestly, it feels to me like the year of Deltarune. Yesterday we got Edgy the Hedgy. This year we get Rudolph the... Give me a minute to think of a snazzy joke here. Oh. Almost died. Could have ended up in some kind of snow grave. Rudolph, the traumatized angel of death. There we go, that's a good one. I have returned. My hands and feet may be cold, but my soul still burns with righteous determination. Also, my dad made me some hot chili. I couldn't even feel the heat from the bowl because of how numb my hands are. Just like that, it's February. Again, I recall feeling tedious and frustrated in my time spent waiting, yet it feels like January was over before I knew it. The days blur together into nothing. All the snow is gone. I might have been able to convince myself it was just a dream if I hadn't recorded it. Now that it's gone, the world continues as if it was never there. A momentarily miraculous occasion, now forgettable. So, Deltarune. A few days ago, Toby Fox announced that they started testing on consoles, which should be one of the last steps before release. You know what that means? Soon. They will be released. Soon. Within a couple of months, I will finally be able to make my return, leaving my current self as a forgotten memory. See how I tied that in with the snow and also Papyrus who happens to live in a place of snow and also one of the core themes of Deltarune? Dang, I'm good. Also, apparently the Deltarune community is colonizing the Silksong subreddit? That's kinda weird, but neat I guess. Well, it's nice to get some good news, even if it's not really much for the present version of myself. In the end, I just need to get back to waiting like I always have. Returning to Deltarune, it feels sort of like a long overdue homecoming. My mood, like myself, is quite fickle. Sometimes I fantasize about exploring the dark corners of brand new dark worlds, watching brand new character dynamics form and blossom. while other times I imagine what further depths could be reached through pure, unrestrained torment and suffering. I imagine my thoughts will become clearer once I have something to focus on. For now, the one consistency I have is the ability to pass time. Haha, how dull! I touched on this a bit before, but I really am noticing a change in myself. Before, all I thought about was how I could entertain myself, but when I think about Deltarune now, I often find myself thinking about what kind of content I could create to entertain others. I'm not really sure what to make of this, just that I really can't wait for a day I can let my imagination run wild. I really hope I can make something wonderful. Heh, sounds like the typical ramblings of a dreamer. Pluie. March! Finally, we've made it to March. Currently, the most likely release window for chapters 3 and 4 I have in my head is sometime within March and April. Now that we are actually in March, that means there's a legitimate chance the new chapters could release any day now. Or, at the very least, I could see us getting a newsletter or a trailer or something of that sort soon. It feels so long ago that I got so personal and emotionally in this video, but with the new chapters creeping ever closer, I can't help but get a bit sentimental. Anyways, who cares about the past? We're heading to a bright new future at breakneck speed. Soon I'll have everything I desire! I feel like I'm starting to sound a bit like a broken record. Anyways, 2025 has been great so far, and it feels like it's only going to get better and better from here. It is now March 3rd, 11 p.m. I am now documenting the specific time because we just got a wonderful update. They only reported one bug yesterday. We've received over 500 individual reports since we started testing Chapter 3 on PC. Feels like they're slurping the last drops of soda from between the ice cubes now. Testing is finally coming to a close. Chapters 3 and 4 are nearing completion. This could be my final entry before we are given a release window. I've spent so long waiting. We've spent so long waiting. Our patience will soon be rewarded. Just a little longer. So I know I just said about the last entry potentially being the last one I make before chapters 3 and 4 release, but last night I just had a dream that I met Noelle, and the moment we locked eyes, my time from Amori started playing. I think this says a lot about my current mental state. It's now March 13th, so a decent amount of time has passed. Perhaps another sign from the angel? Yes, surely this is a holy divination and not just my Undertale brain rot acting up. Just a couple hours later, and Undertale is now on sale for $1. Smells like business strategy. Whoa, hold on a second. I was expecting a new wave of fans to be coming in when chapters 3 and 4 release, but there's a lot more of you than I expected. Apparently Undertale has now reached the largest amount of concurrent players it's ever had. This feels really weird to say so late into the video, but hi, hello, welcome, we have tea, we have an endless supply of chocolate, we have entire factories dedicated to constructing and shipping out Sanzosis for some reason. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable. So if you're new here and didn't know, I highly recommend checking out Undertale Yellow, a fan-made prequel to Undertale. You don't need to check it out right this instant, just something you'll probably want to put down on your bucket list. Trust me, it's really good. I've also made a playlist here on YouTube documenting all the theories and speculation that's been done while the fandom has been going insane waiting for these next chapters. Theorizing is something we like to do a lot around here. It's kind of part of the brand at this point, to be honest. Anyways, I'll put a link to that along with a link to where you can find Undertale Yellow in the description so you can check that out. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Wow, this feels really weird, but like in a good way, I think? Huh. Ooh, that is a bit loud. Alright, welcome to Deltarune The Upper Hand, a Deltarune fan game. So, the This just came out, and it's a fan game I've been looking forward to. I think it's going to be pretty good. And so I decided to just include a playthrough of it in this because, well, why not, I guess. So it's mainly made by the Winter and Sadbread. Actually, I don't want to spoil too much, so I guess I'll do that at the end. Huh, I guess we'll get started then. As you make your way further through the city, you gaze far into the horizon. The earth is painted raw and black. Smokestacks of black ink factories coat the air in dark clouds, enveloping into weird and twisted shapes. An industrial dystopolis towers in the distance, a place of progress. Welcome to the world of tomorrow. The Steamworks! Tomorrow means Deltarune. The air flows humid, and it's hard to breathe. It stings in your lungs, your eyes begin to squint. You have to cover your mouth. The smell makes you nauseous. Somewhere in the darkness, a collective voice calls out. Shatter the blinding shadow, and restore the life of this land. Is that an egg? I could use an omelet right about now. Huh. Alright, rule number 1 of video games, if it gives you the option, always try going left first. Interesting. But at least I get a better look at the background from here. It's a bone city with eggs. Anyways, let's get a move on. You got a fountain to seal and all that, I imagine. Sans, please pick up your sock. Okay. Don't put it back down. Move it. Okay. You moved it 2 inches. Move it to your room. Okay. And don't bring it back. Okay. It's still here. Didn't you just say not to bring it back to my room? Forget it. Don't forget. I wish, I wish, I wish. The stars say it all. When they come back, I will know it all. I won't forget what I saw. It's some kind of upwards hall of tallies. The stars are all gone. Everything changed so fast. You never forget. It just takes a while to remember. Wait up, Chris. Something's up ahead. What? The boxes? Look, it's moving. What? And they all lived happily ever after. Is someone there? Well, Dolly wee G liquors, what do we fippy with our button eye? Company! We always enjoy theme thome new faitheth. I'm sorry, did you say we? Oh, of course! The name's Sockwald, ain't that right, little buddy? Oh hey, we just remembered! You guys should come out to our place. It's full of neat stuff we can show ya. Oh, well, sure thing, Sockswald, we'd love to. Yippee! We'll be right up ahead. Come on, guys, we know better at this point, right? I'm Thockwall. Your name is Sockwall. What did the sock say to the other sock? You're my soulmate. The signs above read jokes of similar caliber. How disgusting. Hold on, Chris. I don't know about this. I have a weird feeling in my gut. Susie, I'll bake all the omelets you want as soon as we get home. Really? I mean, no, it's not that. It's just that this guy is definitely insane. Talking to themselves, digging in the trash. We've met enough weirdos to try to kill us. Oh, Susie, don't think of it like that. They seem friendly. They're an odd fellow for sure, but Chris never misses the opportunity to make a new friend. Like when they met you. Dang. Bit of shade. You cut deep, Rousey. I respect that. Alright, fine. This neat stuff better be worth it. That's the spirit. I'm sure whatever they got will come in handy. Rousey's been infected. We have to cut their head off to remove it before it spreads. It's a medical joke. I'll stop. Cozy place you got here. This space is designated to the arts of the crafty kind. Don't touch anything! We're still preparing some props for our play, doho. That's our roomie Sandy. We don't always get along, but we appreciate the company. It's a box of blank signs just begging to be scrawled on. The little sign voicef are cute, aren't they? So, when you write on them, do they actually speak to you when you interact with them? Is that what that means, or am I misinterpreting that? Family of One, 2020X. You don't recognize anyone in this photo. I feel like this is a reference to the photo in New Home of the Dreamer family, or I'm just overthinking things. How this humble glass beaker can hold the destructive force of molten rock is a mystery. Indeed. It's a, inconveniently shaped lamp. This awkwardly shaped lamp seems inconvenient. Where do you even get all this stuff? Same as anybody else! That Deanie Weenie's dumping ground! The more this guy speaks, the less I understand. It's a large homemade star. Actually, it's quite small for star standards. Well, gee, this is embarrassing. We haven't gotten to putting that one up yet. It's way heavier than we thought. Well, Susie's strong, maybe she could put it up for you. Their head is literally a giant arm. They can do it themselves. Come, seeth our wares. Salutations. Let's talk. We love talking. Nice, about yourselves. Sockthwalth is the name, and playeth are the game. Wait, that didn't sound right. We mean we do stage plays. Oh, that's how we pass the time, at least. Ironically, you speak somewhat similar to Rules. Actually, maybe that isn't ironic, because he's also an idiot. The prof, the story, the theater, it's all so fleeing, dohoho. If we remember, it'll be the first time we have an audience. Otherwise we doodle, scribble, scrawl, and gather up all where the stars used to be. So this dark world is supposed to take place in Sans and Papyrus's house. I wonder if there's any meaning to stars in regards to that. Like, I can't think of what would be stars in regards to Sans and Papyrus's house. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking a bit too deeply. Whatever. Or maybe I can ask for a bit more information. Pretty little phoenix, aren't they? Some time ago, the Sox would whisper their wishes to the stars in the sky. Waterfall. If you hoped with all your heart, your wish would come true. But now it'll only take form of dim ceiling. Decorationeth. Aw. Dark fountain. You mean that towering black goop? The thing that egghead dingoing thrinted over here for? Our home completely decimated for rich moneyeth to move in and the what all the hubble bubble was about. I needed to take a moment to translate what I just read. Our home completely decimated for rich moneyeth. So either like a monarch destroyed your home, or like you couldn't pay the mortgage or whatever and your home got destroyed. I don't know. One could say we're not quite fond of it. I noticed. What happened here? You're gonna have to be more specific. If by here you mean our humble abode, we've been collecting any junk we could find to fill this path up for as long as we can remember, which admittedly ain't that far. If by here you mean everywhere, well, we do recall a simpler time when this land was lush and lively. Stocks like us lived in peace and... Ah, of course, we can't tell you yet. You don't want to be spoiled for a play, do ya? Play? No, that's not how things work around here, silly. Not without a ticket, that is. Play? Alright. So, you wanna... Huh? Sorry, we're afraid we can't afford that. Unless you take spare bonus and lint. Huh. Yorkshire pudding, a bowl of eggy delight, 10 HP. See something you like? Sausage roll, a well-baked sock, 50 HP. Star fruit, a tropical fruit-shaped star, 100 HP. And play ticket. I wonder if something happens if you spend so much money that you can't buy the play ticket. I think though they mapped it out and made it so that's impossible, because I think you'll always have at least 90 dark dollars left over to get the play ticket. Clever devs. Alright. I think I'll get a star fruit. And then 2 of these. And play ticket, of course. Thanks for your patronage. Aha! We be ready for a show. We hope you bought them snacks. Places, everybody. Ahem. Once upon a time, in the humble land of Calcia, an even humbler lineage of Sak Darkna made themselves at home. For generations, they wandered, gathered, and told stories of their travels. But months of all, they gazed at the stars. When they got lost, the stars were there to show the way. When they got bored, the stars were their inspiration. It was their way of life. And then they all died. Though imagine their surprises when some tiny man shows off with his big machine. His name was something like Deanwings? I, Wingnut or whatever, declare this land my home and its people my property. From the fountain outwards, his troops constructed, automated, explored, and exploited. The Sox were completely overwhelmed. Driven out of their homes, they were forced to comply with the new ruler and be enlightened as his foot soldiereth. You've probably fought a few on your way here. All seemed hopeless, but one lone soul managed to slip by undetected. But what was a single sock to do? Separated from their loved ones, and without a star in the sky. They were terrified. Until someone very wonderful appeared. Someone who knew how to help. Who had just the thing to solve all problems. A ticket to freedom. But before the socks could even partake, our hero was alone once again, with no memory of what they were told or what the stranger had given them. Empty-handed, they were back to where they started. Except now they saw a glimmer in the distance. A lighthouse was built on the highest mountain, and the sock learned that's where the solution lay. Alas, the trek to the twinkling tower was too long and the mountain too dangerous. Here our hero stared off at the only star left, wishing that help would come and free them all from the machine. Well, what do you think? It was alright. Geez, that's a hell of a story. I already hated that pompous egghead. Now I really want to hard-boil his ass. Yeah, Thane, you've met him? Indeed. Dean Wings sure made himself known. You weren't lying when you said he's taken over everything. But I think we can help change that. Who's ready for a coup? We can? I mean, yeah, of course we can. A lighthouse that size can't be good for a dark world. But if we turn it off, it could save everyone. Is the lighthouse dangerous? Well, you see, darkness shouldn't be exposed to light. Okay, Rousey. When a fountain clouds the world in darkness, us darkness spring to life. Lightness. I feel like that should be like brightness or just light. Just making up the word lightness feels a little weird to me, but nitpick. Disrupts a darkner's physical and mental capabilities. If exposed to light, a darkner could suffer dizziness, paralysis, and memory loss. That's why the socks don't rebel. Introducing amnesia as a concept in Deltarune is actually really interesting when the whole main theme is don't forget. I actually like this idea a lot. So there's a bit of praise for my bit of nitpicking earlier. They can't remember who they used to be. And me and little buddy can't remember who we were either. Our friends, our mind, our life, we can't remember any of it. All because of the light. Wonder what it was like. Then it sounds like we've got work to do. If that lighthouse is such a problem, we'll smash it to bits. Susie. Simple Susie. Sounds like a plan. And call it a hunch. But if we can release all that energy back into the world, you and your people could get your memories back. You really think that could work? It's worth a shot, right? Wow. It's like Chapter 2 did something similar where we kinda work with Spamton for a little while, but he's always presented as, like, pretty untrustworthy and dangerous. Like, literally when you first encounter him, he basically robs, like, $5 dark dollars from you. But here, it's like we're on very friendly terms with this character. And I, of course, know that at some point we're going to end up fighting this character. But yeah, I really like where this is going, where it feels like this is like a victim that we're trying to help. Huh. It's worth a shot, right? We'll show that Eggface who's really in charge. Yeah! Together, we'll brave that mountain and restore the world. Ready your fellow heroes? 'Cause adventure is afoot. Oh my lord. Aww. I blame Sans for this. Dang, the squad goes hard. Well, here we are at the bottom of the mountain. Let the climate commence. Ooh, good save, Susie. Gee, that was a close one. Thank you, Sue. We were almost pancaked. That was really brave of you, Susie. Yeah, don't mention it. Let's just try not to get crushed from now on. Dang, dead end. And also, like, I am actually loving just how much build-up there is to this fight. Like, it would have been really easy to kind of just cut to the chase really quickly, but it really does feel like there's a full narrative here. I like it. Dang, dead end. Guess we have to find another way. Didn't look like there were any other paths we could have gone. Chris, what do you suggest we do? We got an idea! Look! We're high enough to see the brighter stars through the smog. If you really need it, and use all of your heart, a star could grant you a wish. Well, go on, Chris. Make a wish. As you look up at the stars, you felt something strange. It was as if your very soul was glowing. Well, that was a bust. Wait, it actually worked? Dohoho! It seems your wish has been blessed. That gap should be an easy now. Okay. Oh, wrong voice. Okay, my turn. I wish for 500 hotcakes. Hold up, Zoe. We have a different idea. Hell yeah, ride like the wind. Yo! That was interesting. Well, we'll see up ahead, Chris. Oh, alright. Sure. Rousey. Jeez. That was actually kind of scary. I like it. Knew I was impatient. Stupid rock dropper 900s. Oh, the pain. POV, you are Kara Undertale. Come on, Chris, we know you can make it. We're almost there. On my way, on my way. Oh. Nice one, Chris. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh. Press up in the air to double jump. I see. Oui. Glad everyone made it up safely. That was awesome. Let's do it again. Remember our task at hand, Susie. We're here to free Soxwald's people, remember? And get our memories back. Oh, right. It's okay, Susie. It's not like you'll never see us again after we're done. Well, what are we waiting for? It's a straight road to the finish line now. Let's smash this thing. Hold your horses there, partner. We need to do this last bit alone. Alone? You're joking, right? We're not leaving you all by yourself. That's insane. Right, Chris? Rousey? What's the matter, Soxwald? We're a team. Why do this alone? Well, we always wanted to come here on our own, but we were too much of a coward back then. But then you three came along and gave us strength. Your courage became ours. We can top anything together. But we still want to prove ourselves. That we can do this on our own, too. That we've really gained courage. I think they're right, Susie. Let's sit this one out. Rousey, I don't agree at all, to be honest. This feels kind of silly. Like, we don't know who could be guarding that tower. Like, what are we doing? For them. No. I get no, Susie. But just be careful, right? No, we really shouldn't go along with this. Even if we don't think they're going to betray us, they could get hurt. Well, what are we doing? Being alone sucks. Don't worry, Susie. We're never alone. Well, alright. You've doomed us all. Both of you. I blame both of you for this. Me and Chris are the only smart ones. It sure has been a while, hasn't it? Chris, do you think Soxwald's doing alright up there? Don't care. Oh, really? They could be in danger, or maybe already on their way back. Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you let them go, idiot. Don't you want to think about it? Fine. Well then, why don't we close our eyes? Oh geez, the Soxwald voice started creeping for a bit there, geez. And think about what they're doing now. Sure. Oh, it's a shadow crystal. I assume. Ooh. Okay, that goes hard in the shape of the Deltarune. Holy. Hey, Soxwald. Soxwald! What happened? Did you find what you were looking for? Did you get your memories back? Ha. I remember. Great memories, huh? Seemed like it was only yesterday. When this cruel world split us in two. Is that a reference to the soul when you die in Undertale? Dohohoho! Quit it, you're freaking me out. If you're hurt, then Rousey can... Just use your ultimate healing, Susie, jeez. Oh dear Susie. Allow me to ask you something. What is a star? No. Can you touch it? Knock it off. Can you eat it? I'm serious. Can you kill it? Is who the hell do you think you are? What have you done to my friend? Oh, your friend never left. I was always there, restricted and debilitated. And now it's time to shine, like the illustrious star that liberated me. It's so cold. Susie, Chris, help me. Is everyone okay? I think so. I've got to hand it to you three. Because of you, I'm but an arm's length away from ascension. Ooh, that sound effect, I recognize that from, Dreamer Reborn. I don't know if that, like, actually comes from somewhere in Undertale's files, or if that's specifically something that was made for Dreamers Reborn, but neat. Anyways. With celestial vigor at my fingertips, retribution will be wrought across the land. Jeez, I can talk. I only need one more. That light inside you. Are you a star? Andromeda. Interesting, Susie's acting on her own. It's been a while since she's done that. Ooh, triple jump for 25 TP. Alright, I'll have you defend for now, Rousey. Andromeda. They're in there somewhere, if you can get them out. Susie spared Andromeda, but its name wasn't yellow. Huh, that's funny. Oh, right. There we go. I tried to hit Z to do a double jump and I remembered. Calm down, Susie. That sounds like a good idea. Oh, music. Oh, okay. You feel the weight of the universe on your back. Susie, you have to calm down. You can't do this by yourself. Oh, jeez. Okay, you're no joke. Okay, still need TP. Focus a bit more. Oh dear. This is fun. Oh, it's from Mike's Showdown, or whatchamacallit. The sky twinkles with freedom. I don't know what's happening, but if we want to get through this, we have to work as a team. Jeez, Susie's real distraught. Poor thing. The ceiling stars, I wish upon you. Woohoo! Oh, there we go. Memories of home. I know you're scared. I know you care for them a lot, but they're our friend too. We can save them together. You're right, you're right. Hang in there, buddy. We're coming for you. Oh, ho, ho. Whoops. Okay, I see the pattern. There we go. Alright. Let's free them. Shall we, everyone? Okay. Actually, I have quite a few healing items. Time to get to work. I see. Oh, that was interesting. There we go. Memories of Greed. Yo. Okay, those are just obstacles. I was scared that they would like reach down to try and hit me. But it's all good. The world of tomorrow ends today. Together now? Oh, Dana, I missed. I'm sorry, Chris. You deserve better. Yahoo! Waha! Oh no. Memories of Stolen World. Ooh, geez. Don't like those. Hesitation glimmers in Andromeda's eye. I won't show mercy. So give me all you've got, old friend. One left. There we go. I'm sure glad I was able to calm Susie down and make her see things my way. Oh. Uh-oh. I recognize that sound effect. It really is just like the good old days. Oop, too late for that one. There we go. Just a little more. Ooh, scary. Oh, I have made an error. I have made several errors. I have made many, many errors. The ceiling stars, I wish upon you. Why not? Cheers! There we go. Just keep attacking. I probably could have gotten that star down there too. Need to be less scared to move around more. Uh-oh. Oh, that... Okay, maybe I should have been scared. We're fine. Dang it. It really is like old times. Okay. Ooh. Scary. Ooh, nice one. Just a little more. Thank you, Rousey. Ooh, mistimed that a little. Right, we're going all in. Ow. At the height of your ascent, you're doomed to fall, just like the rest of them. happy to send you tumbling down personally. That's what friends are for, right? Ugh. Oh. How embarrassing. Let's finish this. Ooh, pretty. This feels familiar. Oh, this feels very familiar. Hello again, my ancient enemy. Well, it's come to this. So close, and all for naught. Sorry it had to turn out this way. Something tells me it didn't matter anyway. Our time spent together was the most free I've felt. And you three will shine brightly all the same. Here with my last memories, allow me to strengthen your bond. You got Astral King. You got Shadow Crystal. Very nice. And now, of course, the game by The Winter, Sadbread. Soxwald voice actor, Indobones. Playtesting, Ember, Seek Stuff, and Alex. Classic 2023 boss theme by Creepabot Inc., Local Hooligan. Special thanks, Lizard, Rami Yoru. There we go. What's in extras? Inventory. Ah. If you equip this, the ground pound will always be enabled. Oh, does that work the same as in Mike's Big Showdown? That actually sounds fun. Default, Classic 2023. Debug Room. Erase Save. Challenge Mode. Oh, these are cutscenes. I just saw this. Okay. How do I leave? Oh no. Okay, main menu. So Astral Cane is equipped. and challenge mode is on. I'm curious. Whoa. I'll give you the first turn. Oh! Okay, I see how it is. Very nice. The music. I'm about to spare the heck out of this guy. Yeah, I do have the ground pound. Okay. The game is peak. Everyone wished for their friend's safe return. Andromeda is confused. Like ad-libbing a remix. I like have to play perfectly because there's a timer. Okay, it gives me a lot of room, so I don't have to go too crazy. Oh boy. Ah, no. Everyone is dying. This is not ideal. There we go. Oh no, not that fade. It is not going very well. Oh no. Oh boy. Alright, focus up. We can do this, everyone. That was a mistake. Alright, we got this. Oh no. There we go. I can't do anything because people keep getting downed. Oh, it increases defense. Interesting. Who? Oh no. From the heavens! Okay, that would have been cooler if I didn't get hit. Ah. Oh, okay. Oh, that was a misinput, but it kind of worked out, but not really. It's not looking great. Oh. Oh, and Anvil made the challenge mode music. Nice.
Fun fact, challenge mode was conceived today and was made during a 3-hour appearance and was finished 10 minutes before release today. Sadbread, what the fuck? That is everything they tell you not to do, Sadbread. But it's cool. I'm glad I have it. But what the fuck?
It's now March 20th and the Steam Spring Sale has come to an end. While it still may not release for a couple more weeks, it feels like there's a genuine chance that Chapters 3 and 4 could release any day now. I've mainly been playing different games and watching random YouTube content or anime to pass the time, or working on personal projects that I won't tell you about right now. But I think I'm going to start actively focusing on Undertale now until the chapters release. I occasionally revisited the Underground from time to time, but I feel strongly that now is when I should start actively preparing for my return to the world of Deltarune. Seems like this will be the first time in a while that I actually actively spend time with Undertale again. It'll be just like the good old days. Well, Chapters 3 and 4 did not release in March, but making it to April at least means I'm one step closer. As each day passes, I become more hopeful that Deltarune could come any day now. Revisiting the Underground has been fun. I find some comfort just going through the motions, repeating the same meaningless cycle over and over and over again. Even if it can get a little dull sometimes, it's always worth it to keep going. That's what keeps me a leg up on that washed up comedian. But that's the main thing that excites me so much about Deltarune. After all this time, finally something brand new. After all this time, I'll finally have what I really wanted. True closure. A continuation. A rebirth. This will be a reset to put all others to shame. Anyways, hope they release soon. I can only create so many grand speeches in one video before it gets repetitive. Ugh. Who am I kidding? I love hearing myself talk. I'm just so much smarter than everyone else. It's a blessing, really. Anyways, back to Undertale I go. The king isn't gonna kill himself after all. Except when he does, since that's something I know how to manipulate him into doing. Huh. The Weird Route's gonna be a fun time. Okay, hold on, Toby. So, it's literally the next day. It's April 2nd. There was a Nintendo Direct today, and I knew this Direct was coming, but I honestly was not at all expecting to actually get Deltarune news in it. But from what I've heard, apparently it is chapters 3 and 4 are releasing on June 5th. And you'd think that it would be a bit disheartening learning that like they're still like 2 months away. But honestly, I'm just happy to like have an actual idea of just how much longer we have to wait, and like now there's a trailer and like, hi Toby. I'm scared. Oh god. A heartfelt journey of humor and friendship. Undertale's parallel story. Deltarune. Oh no! Kill him! Okay, sorry. Oh, we saw that in sweeps. What is that? Yo! Rock climbing? Yo, Tena! What is that? Deltarune is waiting. Okay, yep, June 5th. Okay, so I immediately need to break down. I am breaking down. I'm already breaking down. Oh, jeez. I need to break down what happens in this trailer, because this is all I have to snack on, feast on. Did Rousey's freaking outline match up with the color in the freaking the dark light room in Queen's Mansion? Because there were like theories that those shapes could be foreshadowing. I don't remember exactly what shade of green it was. So yeah, we saw this in the Spamton sweepstakes where you knock their socks off to spare them, and also the drip on the Fangame. Incredible. Now, I have no idea what this is. Is this a mini game that Toby Fox was talking about testing? That was a cry for help? I don't know. There's an L and an R, so this might be a Switch exclusive thing of some sort, and I feel like these could like represent Joy-Cons maybe? I'm not sure. Then this is wild. This is wild. What does this say back here? I can't read because of the boxes, but it says Popu, I don't know, in the top left and Larity in the top right. There is a max combo. This is freaking, what's his name? From Undertale Yellow? That guy? This is crazy. Then yeah, there's a rock climbing and Susie looks brown. Oh, it's like you change color based on like what you're attached to, it looks like. There is a rock climbing in Deltarune. This is insane. It's peak. Red Buster. Is this actually going to be in the chapter? Like this animation? I kinda doubt it, but it's not at all impossible either, so basically, I don't know. Chapter 4. Alright, confirm that there is a Dark World in Chapter 4. I am happy about that. What is... They're like running, they're sprinting across like glass with the Deltarune, like that looks important. And they're running from these horrifying little darkness creatures. Huh. Okay. And this amazing little animation of all three standing in front of what I assume is a dark fountain. Actually, what is that? I assume that's a dark fountain. Probably. Wait, no! It looks kind of like wind. It looks like wings opening up to me. Is this like the angel? Oh boy. Insane. Just insane. Ooh boy. Okay, hold on. I was just about to take a moment to, you know, freak out. Because, you know, but newsletters, so, you know. Let's get to the point immediately quoting Sans and Genocide Route. Release date. Deltarune Chapters 1 through 4 will release on June 5th, 2025. It will be available on PC, Mac, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation 4, like before. And now also on Nintendo Switch 2 and PlayStation 5. There's a trailer. I saw. Price. Deltarune will cost $24.99. You only have to buy the game once. Upcoming chapters will be added as free updates. I figured. That's not factor into the cost though. I only feel right charging for what there currently is, not what I say there will be. Therefore, this $24.99 to me represents the exact price of 4 chapters. Interesting, so as more chapters release, the full package will cost more. I think that's actually nice, because that means fans who have been waiting and like get it day one will get it at the cheapest price, whereas people who come in later will have to buy it for more, so it's just a nice little reward for sticking around for a while. That's neat. But it's my hopes that as we complete more chapters, you'll feel like this game was a super good deal. Or, oh wait, no, maybe it will just stay at $24.99. Oh, that's nice if that's the case. Just wait, I'll prove it to you. Also, the soundtrack on Steam will cost $14.99. With the release of Chapter 3 and 4, it will contain over 150 songs. And if you buy the soundtrack on Steam, every time a chapter is added, you'll get those tracks too. Okay. So of course I've been buying each chapter's soundtrack individually on Bandcamp, but maybe I will actually just buy it on Steam then. Nice. Okay. Isn't the value... Man, business. Isn't the value actually a little too good? Hyperventilating and jewels on it. If you've already been buying the individual chapter soundtracks on Bandcamp, Chapters 3 and 4 will be released as a separate release there as well. Gotcha. Steam wishlist. Hey, I just realized I never asked anyone to wishlist the game on Steam. I don't know what it does or what it's for, but if the game's coming out, that means there's only a little time left to get to the top of the rankings. Alright, let's go guys. Let's get that #1 spot. Already have. Somehow, after linking it, its ranking dropped abruptly. Consuming Steam. Why is the one Susie has colored differently? What could this mean for the lore? Console differences. as an effort to make the most of being a launch title for a Nintendo Switch 2, I really wanted to try to do something special. So we made a very small special room which takes advantage of using mouse controls on 2 controllers at once. Only possible on the Nintendo Switch 2. You can see in the trailer, so it was that mini game. Gosh, I'm so smart at, like, analyzing trailers, I guess? I don't know. But don't worry, even if you can't get your hands on Nintendo Switch 2 right away, the other versions of the game also have the special room with a completely different control scheme. To clarify, all non-Nintendo Switch 2 versions have the exact same content as each other. There is no meaningful difference in content amount, dialogue, setting, music, etc. between any version, so you will have a full package of fun no matter what you get. No one gets left out. And just to clarify for the cats in the back, no matter what version you buy, everyone gets Pluie for free. Pluie! Cats! What? Is it actually going to be a Bluey parody? Instead of Bluey the dog, we get Pluie the cat? Is that what this means? What? Oh no. Other differences. Nintendo Switch 2. Unique special small room. Can import save files from the Nintendo Switch demo of Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2. Cool. Can import save files from the Nintendo Switch version of Deltarune, the full game too. Ah. Nintendo Switch. Can import save files from Nintendo Switch demo. Go to watch the cute loading screen longer than other consoles. Get to watch the cute loading screen longer than other consoles. PC Mac versions. Convenience of having it on your PC. Recommended control scheme for the non-Nintendo Switch 2 special room. PS4 and PS5 versions. Can import save files from the PS4 demo. PS5 version can import save files from the PS4 version of Deltarune, the full game too. We were required to have trophies this time. They gave rise to a pretty hardcore challenge, but, and please listen, I make no endorsement that you actually attempt it. Even knowing of its mere existence will only bring you frustration and anguish. Honestly, it may be one of the worst ideas I've ever had. Perhaps no one will even try. Maybe that's for the best after all. I think it'll be too late for most of you anyway. What trophies did he put in this game? Dear Lord. Overall, all these differences are very slight. No matter what version you get, it'll be great. Conclusion. Well, the game is coming out. Isn't that swell? Conclusion again. Seriously, I've been duct taped over, tied to a chair, locked in a box, thrown to the bottom of the ocean, dragged around like an anchor, etc., etc. That's what it was like up until now. Yeah, I know. Now I can say it. Deltarune, Chapters 1 through 4, release on June 5th, 2025. Isn't that swell? That's neato. Neato indeed. I feel lightheaded. And I'm recording again because of Shay's thumbnail for his newsletter video. I discovered there are new images on the Steam page. Jockington grows the beard. What does this mean? Is this the phase symbol? These look so cool! What even are these? And if I paid attention to the amount of HP, you can probably deduce if this is chapter 3 or 4. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, here we go. So 160, 190, 140. This is chapter 4. I'm wondering if maybe these could be Christmas ornaments, because I was theorizing that Chapter 4's Dark World might actually be the Holiday Mansion. I don't know. They've got, like, spirits to the sides of them. Then, yeah, we saw this in Chapter 3, and yeah. Then there's this. This is crazy. This is crazy. Is that Christopher Moom?